All right, everyone. How are y'all? Hello, Gun Nation. We doing okay? Just let me know if you can see and hear me and all that good stuff. We will do a quick roll call. I've got some questions, comments, all that stuff I'll let y'all know about. We got James Johnson, IBG, reloading from the hot pot. Pistol Pete, Guy Comment, Lynn Holt, and Pistol Pete's asking Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, that's my grandfather. My great grandfather started Johnson and Johnson. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But I used to get asked that when I was a kid. And we got Bob the Builder or Bald and Curious, whichever channel he's coming from, but it looks like Bob the Builder. All right. Just so y'all know, Texas Gun Experience has been closed for the last like 2.5 days. They had a major power outage. It was a short in the building or something. And I guess the part, and I don't know what the part was, but they had to have a part. And that place, I mean, it's very well lit. The range is awesome. They've got the monster filtration system, all that good stuff. So I'm sure that thing needs power to keep it going because it's a big place. But they were down for like 2.5 days with no power, and they just announced just now, like right before I started the chat, that they will be open tomorrow, business as usual at 10 o'clock, and it's probably going to need a good night to cool that big old sucker down. So but let's see here. Got Jay Howe, Ray Cole. How are you doing, Ray? Mr. Media. Live. Someone shot up the ceiling. Hey, you got Ranger 10, Casey Dolph, A Dubs, Paul H. But yeah, I just wanted to, and if y'all have any questions, please ask them. But we will get into what I've got going on. I had some weird things happen so far this week. Uh, got called out and yelled at by an old lady, and I'll tell you what happened there. And ran into a couple of thieves in a parking lot. So anyway, we'll get into that also. Hello, Parts by Teddy. How are you doing? Dirt Track, what's up, man? Well, so far we're free people. We've got 14 Senate rhinos that are agreeing to gun control, so that's a bad thing. But and a lot of people are saying Republicans. No, they're rhinos. Um, but yeah, so who knows how this is going to pan out? I've called Cruz. I know he's on our side, but of course Cornyn is being his people won't even answer the phone. You can't leave it. At first, you could leave a message. Now you can't even leave a message, or I couldn't. Send an email. Um, but Cruz is on our side so far. So who knows? But that's how it goes. Cheers, everyone. Got Bradley. Bradley is asking, "Hey, Big J, have you seen the new Primary Arms RS10 Red Dot?" Yes. Check out my community post. I've already put it over there. Um, Matter of fact, I was supposed to have one to start testing, but they got delayed, and I guess they came in and started pumping them out. So hopefully, I've got one that's going to be on the way, but we shall see. I was supposed to have already had it because I've been wanting to test it, see what I thought about it before it went out to the public, but I guess a lot of them were delayed. So I don't think anybody's gotten any, but I'm on the list to get one. So we'll see. We will see, but it's their very first red dot. It does have a side loading battery. It's 3 MOA. It says it has multiple ways to mount it. I specifically asked, will it mount to an RMR? I was told yes. Um, but as you see from their post, if you go on their YouTube channel, I guess they posted it, and people are freaking out saying, oh, it doesn't have an RMR footprint, doesn't have an RMR footprint. It says multiple ways to install, the doctored footprint, things like that. So, and if you look at it, you can see the two screws similar to an RMR and the two front posts. And it does come with a little pick rail, kind of like the Hollow Sun, the earlier editions used to. It supposedly has shake awake. It has multiple brightness settings. It does have it has night vision or night. I'm sorry, you know what I'm trying to say. It has two night vision deals. And I think like 11 brightness settings, supposed to be daylight or, like super bright even in the daytime. Um, so we'll see. Hopefully I'll get one soon and I can start testing it out. But it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like a SRO, but kind of like chopped off at the bottom. So we'll see. Hello, Bagger Bro. Doobie, Chris from the 740, Russ Dennis. See if I missed anybody. Oh, we got Denton. Let's see here. Make sure. Milkman. Anything with the plate? Yep. Hello, Havoc. How are you doing? Nebraska Gun Freak. All right. Nebraska Gun Freak said he is listening at work. Don't tell anyone. We won't. We'll keep it hush hush. Russ Dennis said he just bought a Holosun EPS carry for his 43X MOS. Should ship any day now. That's cool. Yeah, supposedly they're going to make those for a whole bunch of different guns like the SIG and all that other stuff. So you don't need a plate. It's supposed to direct mount. So that'd be cool. Gun ban is coming. Politicians don't care about us. Yeah, I mean, they can try to do what they want to do. But like I've said numerous times, this is when you have to decide if you're going to do what you're going to do or if you're just going to fold like a lawn chair. I'm just going to leave it at that. Hello, Chris Davis. How are you, sir? Let's see here. Also, I want to know, do y'all like breakfast for dinner? Or no, breakfast is only for breakfast. You can't have it at dinner. So I want to know, anybody eat breakfast for dinner? Like eggs, bacon, that kind of stuff? Or is it only for breakfast? Bald is saying the Bull Armory MS2 is running great so far. That's cool, man. Glad you were able to get one. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. Hello, Floridian. Guy Comment. Milkman says anytime. Guy Comment said he had it tonight. I love breakfast for dinner. Yeah, I've been asked some really weird questions, so I thought I'd pass them on. Breakfast anytime. Have you heard anything about putting the ACSS Vulcan reticle in the smaller Holosun K or EPS model? I have not. I don't know if they will, just because it's got that larger dot. They might just do a smaller version of it, but I have not heard anything about it, so I'm not sure if they will or not. Breakfast for dinner is normal. Grits are okay 24/7. Food. Yeah. My wife does breakfast for dinner sometimes. It's a special dish. Yeah, I love breakfast for dinner, man. Have some eggs and bacon or eggs and sausage, man. Breakfast is awesome. And I don't even eat breakfast. I normally don't eat breakfast, but normal breakfast food for dinner is just awesome. Hey, Brian, how are you, man? Never turn down bacon. Yeah, bacon is awesome. I can't do the rubbery bacon. I got to have it crispy. I'm a crispy guy. What are y'all? Crispy bacon or the little limp wristy, tape? I call it tapeworm bacon. Once a week at our house. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? Breakfast works anytime. Yeah, breakfast is good, man. Okay, well, I had some things happen. Guy Comment likes crispy bacon. Floridian is burnt. I like it just really crispy, medium well. I can't handle that shit where it looks like like a rare steak. I don't want rare bacon. You get you some salmonella or some shit happening there. Bacon crispy sandwiches. Oh, hell yeah, man. I love bacon sandwiches. Matter of fact, I had, and I guess it sent me this thing of, I don't know, like 7 years ago I guess I posted something. I don't really post to Yelp, but it posted something, or it said I posted it. So I guess I posted a picture way back when. But there's a place in Houston called, it's a New York delicatessen. It's called Louis and something. But anyway, there's a bacon sandwich. It had 1.5 pounds of bacon on it and French fries. I couldn't even eat the damn thing. It was so much. But it was a pound and a half of bacon on one sandwich. It was like a $25 sandwich. It was pretty damn amazing. Floppy bacon, wiggly bacon. All right. But I want to share something with y'all. I stopped at the Quick Trip in Lake Dallas. If any of y'all know where that is, it's off of Swisher Road. You know, just cruised in there. I was going to grab a drink and stuff. And I was getting out of my truck, and there was this lady beside me. And she was just giving me the major stink eye. She was, you know, not old, but wasn't young. She was, you know, maybe my age. She was just giving me the stink eye. So I went in the store and I was getting my stuff, and she was walking around. She just kept looking at me and looking at me and looking at me. Well, anyway, you know, they have multiple registers on the side. So she checked out. She walked out. I checked out. I walked out. I got to my vehicle, and she was at her vehicle, and she goes, "You know, you shouldn't be driving that gas guzzler. You're damaging our carbon footprint." I looked at her, and she was in a freaking Prius, a little Prius. You know, it even looked like an older Prius. And I go, "Excuse me?" She goes, "You shouldn't be driving that big old gas guzzling truck. You know, it's messing up our carbon footprint." And I said, "So you've got an electric vehicle?" I said, "What do you plug it into?" And she goes, "My garage." And I said, "Where do you think a lot of this electricity comes from?" It comes from a grid. Some of it's ran by coal, some of it's ran by wind, solar, etc. I said, "Do you think electricity just comes out of a bush?" And she looked at me and she goes, "Well, screw you." She got in her car and packed up and drove off. And I was like, what the hell was that about? That's the first time anybody's ever said something like that to me. And as she was driving off, because I was still in my truck, she pulled out and was driving off. I saw her tag and it said California. So I don't know if she was visiting or if she's one of the lucky contestants that moved her ass here from her shitty state. But I was just like, oh shit, here we go. That's the first time that's happened. But I guess she didn't like my big gas guzzler. Yes. We do. They do make the most Suburbans and Tahoes there too. Yeah, well, I think she had already parked, and then when I pulled up, I've got, you know, pretty loud exhaust. It's not super super loud, but it's a performance exhaust. So I don't know if that hurt her sensitive eardrums or what. But and it's a Hemi too. So, but who knows? Yeah, y'all just wait. You know, I'll post those memes. I actually have a really really good meme that I'll probably be posting up tomorrow. So I think y'all will probably enjoy it. I thought it was freaking hilarious. Like Chris says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm sure she's probably a Biden diehard. Let's see here. Got that one out of the way. And then I was actually going to be having a conference call. So I pulled over into a parking lot, and it was a pretty busy parking lot. And, you know, I just kind of backed in and was just minding my own business up under a shade tree. And I was doing my conference call and everything, and I saw these two guys walking around in the parking lot, and they were just walking around. They kept looking around, looking around, looking around, and they'd walk up to a car, and I could tell they were pulling door handles. So they were trying to see if a car's unlocked, probably to steal shit out of it or whatever. Well, I was on the conference call, and I just muted myself, and my truck was running. So I pulled up beside them, and I'm like, "Can I help you guys? What are y'all doing?" They kind of looked at me. They go, "Where'd you come from?" I was like, "I've been sitting over there watching you yanking on all these door handles." And the one guy goes, "Let's go." And then they just started booking off. They weren't running, but they were walking pretty fast. One of them had a freak. We've been at 100 and 101 and 102 during the day. And one of them's wearing a freaking hoodie, one of those sweatshirt zip up hoodies. What do you think's going on? But I'm just like, man. And they were kind of young. So I don't know if they were just out of school or what, but for the summer, I don't know. But I know they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. Brian said, picked up the new primary arms SLX 1X Prism etched reticle optic. I have their Prism optics before, and all I can say is wow. Hit it out of the park with this optic and their new 3x version. Yeah, they are nice. I really like my 2x and my Gemini. I'm waiting for a 3, so but it's on back order, so who knows. I had someone tell me my lifted crew cab F350 V10 is the reason for expensive gas, and I have a small, Johnson. My wife embarrassed her. That's funny, man. Yeah, people just don't get it. I mean, those are the Karens, I guess, if that's what you want to say, that just don't mind their own damn business. What if I would have walked up to that lady and said, "Oh, I can't believe you're driving that freaking plug-in piece of shit that I could put in the back of my truck." Yeah, and Vanessa, that's what I was saying. And all these people, I talked about it last week, all the people that live in California that bought all these electric cars and all this shit with these rolling blackouts, they can't even charge their freaking cars. So I'm like, good luck with that. But the structural is not set up for what they think it is. Hello, AR Guns. How are you? Yeah, no, she's not paying for my gas. Definitely not. Big J put the fear of God in those youngsters. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not their shit. They don't need to be going through it. And if I'm just going to sit there, I mean, people are yanking on door handles. I know what they're going to do. They're going to break into shit, steal radar detectors, whatever the hell they can find. And if they can't pull door handles and open doors, if people didn't leave them unlocked, they're going to start busting windows next. So, and I've had that happen way back in the day, and I don't want to come out and my shit be gone. I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody else either. Everybody's trying to get a free ride. If you talk to kids now or younger people now and say, "Hey, what do you want to do with your life?" and I have before, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be, I'm going to be popular on social media." I'm like, "What do you do on social media?" And they're like, "Well, nothing, but I want to be popular on social media, or I want to, I mean, it's just like, okay, and some kids will be, some kids won't, but you should have higher aspirations than that. Shit." Wife just got herself from Euro Optics. From their demo selection was a Vortex Crossfire 2 LPVO with red dot and reticle for 149, was 289. Cool, man. Yeah, matter of fact, I just had, and I don't see him on here, but I just had a subscriber slash friend reach out and was talking about LPVOs with me this evening. He was wanting some, or I guess my opinion on some that he was looking at. Yeah, Scott, we were talking about it earlier. It's called the RS10. Yeah, it's available now. Looks like a pretty good price too. Shield arms mags. I use the Shield extensions with the power springs, but I don't have any of the Shield arm mags that you put into Glocks. But I've heard hit and miss about them. I've heard some people really, really like them. I've heard some people have issues with them. So I don't know. I guess it just depends. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. I even said the same thing way back in the day. Yeah, I want to go pro, the NFL, and all that shit. Back in my Al Bundy day. Now I can just talk about it with Al Bundy or my Al Bundy days. But yeah, now it's just all being an influencer or whatever. Kids don't want to work. Just twerk their asses on TikTok and be famous. And the ones that are famous are looking down on ordinary people like they're garbage. Yeah, hell, it's not just kids doing that. It's freaking grown ass adults doing that shit too, man. I'm like, man, somebody come get your mom or your grandma. Holy shit. Yes, I had been the Nighthawk TRP comp. I had been one of my subscribers has been contacting me, and he was saying, "Hey, if you could get this gun, and this gun, which one would you get? And I said, I would get the Nighthawk TRP comp. And so anyway, he ordered one and he just got it in today and sent me a thing saying it's awesome. I don't know if he shot it yet. He didn't say that, but he just said he just got it in and it's awesome. I guess I don't know how long he had to wait, but he said he really likes it. So Mr. Media is an island boy. I'm an island boy. Those two knuckleheads are, oh my gosh, man. I don't know how people even watch that shit. Yeah, and I'm sure, YouTube has been demonetizing chats, demonetizing videos, shadow banning me. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's their, unfortunately, it's their site. I don't have my own site, so. So anyway, we had the little run-in with the two thieves, or attempted to be thieves. Also, I wanted to share this with y'all. I don't want to say who it is yet, but he has been on my chat. So that'll be the hint. But anyway, someone has been on my chat. So some of y'all might know him, some of y'all might not, but he's been on a live chat with me before. And he has actually moved to my area. So we will be doing some videos together also. And really, really good guy. And I don't want to give away too much, but he's got a really cool product that I really like, but he has moved to the area. So I'm gonna get him squared away at Texas Gun Experience and all that stuff soon. But anyway, it's cool that he's moved here. He moved from West Texas to here. Yeah, and I was asked about this the other day too by a couple of people. I mean, acquaintances, and they were like, how are we going to get this gas thing solved and blah 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 and this blah blah this, supposedly. And this person was a little bit on Biden's side, saying, well, they have all these leases, but they refuse to drill. And I looked him right in the face and I said, okay, he came in, JB came in and said, I'm stopping all fracking. I'm stopping all drilling. I'm stopping everything on federal land. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm going to wipe out fossil fuel, this whole thing. So why in the hell, and I'm stopping the pipeline. So why in the hell should an oil company ramp up to do more drilling and invest all the money, all the time, all the resources and everything, and then if this ever gets fixed, they just get the rug pulled out from under them and, oh, you got to shut all this down. You got to shut all that down. Why the hell should they do that? And they're talking about, oh, they made $39 billion in profit and they did this and they did that. You got to think about the time that during COVID or the cough, when they weren't making anything because nobody was rolling around like they used to. I mean, that's capitalism 101. So, and now, oh, we need this and we need that. And then he's going over to Saudi to talk to them about them turning on their spigots, but we can't even pull our own resources that we have, especially in Texas, Alaska, all of these other places. We can't turn on our own spigots, but we're going to buy from somebody that we really don't like. I mean, holy crap. I'm like, what in the hell is going on, man? And of course, he does not need to be on a bike. Let's see here. Shame people are spending big money to get degrees in social media. No need for college degrees to learn what is needed to do social media. What a waste of time and big money to chase that career. I've said this numerous times. I've got 2 degrees. Okay, it's different time, different era. However, and I've even said this before, and actually I was a hell of a welder back in the day. Matter of fact, I still have this. It's not, I mean, I just think it's kind of cool. I made this in high school, made it out of welding rod. It's an actual airplane that I welded. And that's about the only thing I have from that. And I made a FFA horse trailer or welded it. But anyway, I was actually a pretty damn good welder. And I told myself, I said, if I probably had to do it all over again, I probably would have been a welder, owned my own welding company, big fleets, had guys go out in trucks and stuff like that. But there is nothing wrong at all with blue collar work. Man, I know guys that are making killings with AC businesses, of course, welding, plumbing, I mean, you name it. So there is not a damn thing wrong with that. So, and you don't need a college degree to do that. Now, a lot of people go to trade schools and learn, different parts of that. But, these kids borrow all this freaking money to go to school and get out of school. They don't have any jobs. And now all of a sudden they have to pay all those debts back. And then they have to live with their parents forever or do all this other shit, I mean, I was working full time and going to school. So I know a lot of people didn't do that, but I was. Yep, and y'all probably heard about that too on the baby formula. Now they've signed a deal with Mexico where they're going to get Gerber from Mexico and bring that in too. Just, oh God. But we'll give, freaking $31 billion or whatever to the Ukrainians. Oh boy. Yeah, fossil fuels should not be going anywhere. I mean, think about factories and all this other stuff. I mean, and nuclear. We actually need more nuclear, but it is what it is. Yep. Well, I've said that same thing. The U.S. can, or the United States government cannot make it without Texas. If we seceded, I mean, I know they have other states, but we're self-sufficient. We don't need them. They need us. We've got our ports. We've got everything we need right here. But yet we pay and pay and pay and pay for what? Ooh. Scott, I went to school for HVAC. I make more than $20 an hour. Yeah. I mean, hell, I know some welders that do piping, like underground piping and stuff. And hell, some of those guys are making $100 an hour. Zeus, what's up, man? Another Texas guy watching my boy shoot his 22 LR bolt action. That's awesome, man. Teach him young, man. Gerber bean burrito baby food. Who knows, man? Yeah, I mean, hell, I had a trade job forever. Car technician, master technician, also an A&P. Worked on airframe and power plants for jet engines, turned wrenches, did bend allowances with aluminum, doing skins on aircraft. I mean, been there, done that. So there's damn good money in it. My brother is buddies with a welder that is nuke certified. He works 3 months out of the year and takes the rest of the year off and still makes over six figures. Yeah, there's tons of them out there. Tons of them. Yeah, an actual good friend of mine owns his own welding company, and he's got 14 trucks with welding rigs on the back of each one. They do portable, or not portable, but they do, well, I guess you could call it that. He goes out, put up piping for horse farms, ranches, all of that, does culverts. He does the cattle guards, like when you drive into a ranch on a driveway, they weld all the cattle guards and put those in. I mean, he is killing it, killing it. And these guys run all over the U.S. So, yeah, there's tons of money in these trades. People don't realize it. So, and I will be meeting up with my buddy that moved here. We're going to do lunch tomorrow, so I'll be meeting up with him for lunch. And kind of glad he's here now. Really good guy. And like I said, y'all all, if you follow me and you watch the chats, you know who he is. F me or you, Big Johnson, recognize you from your voice. Yeah, George, that's me. No, it's not 1776. Let's see here. Are you going to ask your sheriff if you can please purchase another gun like 1776? No, I mean, I just go get guns. George, do I know you from somewhere, or you just watch my videos and recognize my voice? Yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool to get Trump and those type of people on the chat. That would be really cool. But and y'all all tune in at 8 o'clock over on Chris's chat if you want to check his out. Let's see here. Let me catch back up. And if y'all remember, I talked about I had a situation with a particular gun. They officially had the gun in their hand. We're getting everything worked out. Hopefully, everything will be resolved by next week. And when everything gets handled, I will give you the good, the bad, the ugly, and how it was handled. So just be prepared. It's probably going to be about a 30-minute video. I don't want to break it up into parts. If you want to watch the whole thing, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But I'm going to tell you what happened, what it started doing, what the findings were, how they handled it, and where it went from there. So you're going to get everything in one video, but it's going to be a sit down talking show and tell video. So just be prepared if you want to watch it. Let's see here. George says, no, I'm just watching your videos. CZ fan. Yeah. CZs are great guns, man. Glenn Beck, right down the road. Yeah, hell, we could get Terry Bradshaw on the chat too. He's not too far away. Yeah, Bald he is coming to Texas. He's going to be too far. I don't know if we can meet up or not, man. That's pretty damn far. And I might be heading to El Paso that week too. I don't know for sure yet, but we'll try to figure it out. So no problem, George. I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, and y'all don't know it, but Mr. Media 636, he's one of my good buddies too. I've shot a bunch of his cool guns and things like that. I've done videos, a bunch of videos with some of his guns. So he's a good guy, a good friend of mine. We've shot, hell, quite a few times together. Harry's Holsters. No, it's not Harry's Holster. I mean, Harry's Holsters makes great holsters, but he's not the one I'm talking about. See if I had anything else. Oh, and I get asked this all the time, and I'm not picking on anybody, but I get asked all the time, what's your opinion on micro nines? What's your opinion on micro nines? What do you think about micro nines? Micro nine this, micro nine that. I want to know how many of y'all out there like micro nines. You can say, yes, I like them. No, I don't like them, whatever. But I want to know y'all's opinion. And then I'll tell mine, of course, because I don't have anything to hide. But I get asked that. I mean, I don't want to say it's once a day, but it's probably, it seems like it's once every couple of days. You got to have micro nines. You got to have micro nines. Yeah, Humble's already here. Hell, we're 30 minutes from each other. Nebraska Gun Freak says they suck. Milkman says yes. 365 and Glock 42, 43 as micros. I get pocket carry them. I like my 365. Not sure if that, or XL, not sure if that qualifies for a micro 9. I would still say it probably does. Not a fan. Carry a CZ PCR. Yeah, and hell, the Shield. The PCR is a little chunky. But you know, it's a smaller gun. Yeah, they count it as a compact, but Pistol Pete likes compacts. Brian carries the 365 XL every day, every place. F Micro 9, get a 300 pistol, way more energy. Do 26 counts? No, I mean 26 are fat and chunky. I thought that they've always considered compacts, but I guess it was kind of like one of the original micros because you got the 19, which is a compact, so it's probably counted as a subcompact, not a true micro, I would say. Glock 19, old school. I currently carry rotation, Walther PPS. I don't like them. Brandon says Glock 19 is the smallest he carries. Pistol Pete, carry a full size 1911 and 45 auto. And I think y'all might know my opinion, but here's what happens. Like the smallest gun I probably physically own right now is a Shield 9mm. It's the 1.0 version, and I've got the Shield 45. Those are probably the two smallest guns I have. And I don't really carry them that much. And the reason being, and I've tested it on myself, when I carry appendix, you know, and I'll do it with dry fire. And, you know, this is something y'all might need to do. And I'm not a burn down, super flash, super speed guy. You know, I'm not the Instagram, you know, speed demon or anything like that. But some things I'll do is I'll grab my shirt, rip it up. You know, you don't have to do a timer. Sometimes I'll set my timer. I'll put tape all over it because it freaks my dogs out. But, you know, I'll set the timer and then I'll draw it as quick as I can. And I'm just trying to grab it and get it up. And sometimes what happens on those little tiny guns, and I've said this before, probably 6 or 7 times out of 10 draws, I'll miss the grip or it will just be complete freaking trash. I mean, I'm trying to grab it with XXL hands and it's just a freaking train wreck. And with me personally, compacts are different, full size are different. It's just those little bitty ass guns trying to grab those little small grips. So I don't carry them. I mean, I've got a couple of them. They just sit there. They're not true micros. The 365 is really tiny for me. You know, like the little Hellcat is tiny for me. If I was going to carry, I guess, one of those little small guns and I put my hands on it, kind of played around with it, the Hellcat Pro is probably about the smallest I would go with, which is kind of like a Shield 9, I guess, because I always carried a +2 on mine, so it was a little longer. But they're just so damn small, and they're just not for me. It's not that it's not for other people. Most people don't have freaking gorilla hands, and I'll even come in like really strong, you know, and kind of slap it and just try to rip it out of there, and it's like under speed, I just miss it, and I don't with compacts or full size. So that's just the test I do for myself. I really won't even buy a gun if it's kind of set up like a 365-ish style or size, because I just know it's not going to work for me. You know, and I guess I could if I like really put the ride height of the holster like way up high, where you've got like this much of the grip hanging out. But you know, it really kind of doesn't serve a purpose for me at that point either. So tried it, George. Tried the 12 round mag. Nope. I mean, I'm dealing with these, man. I'm not joking around. Trying to give y'all something to compare it to. I mean, here's, you know, 50 round box of Lawman. You know, there's my hand. So, and these boxes are pretty damn long. But, you know, I'm just dealing with shit like this, and it's just not for me. And if I'm going to miss the grip, not saying I'm a speed demon on the draw, but if I miss the grip, that's seconds. That can hurt me. So yes, and I agree with this. Much easier for a bigger person to carry a larger gun, not practical for a person of small stature. Owned a Wilson Combat EDC X9 and it was too big. It would print no matter what I wore. Yeah, and I mean I played with the XD or the EDC, and I don't consider that a big gun, but for some people it could. I mean, I've carried a Glock 34, you know, with a comp. So that's what, I guess 5.5 inches with that comp. I've carried 1911s, 5-inch 1911s inside waistband. I've carried my Staccato P with the comp, and that thing is 5.2 inches long. I've carried Ed Appendix. I can carry big ass guns, but those little grips, especially the stubbies and even with those little extensions, they just don't work well for me. George has big hands too. Big J definitely needs the 15 round mag. That's the thing, and I've shown this before too. A Glock 19 is way too small for my hand. The Glock 34 grip without an extension, the Glock 34 grip is too small for me. Like a Glock 17 grip, a Glock 34 grip is too short for my hand. I have to use extensions. Even my P10C grip is too short for my hands. I have to use +2 extensions. So it's just a deal. It just doesn't work well for me. I know a lot of people carry them. Almost everything is negative about carrying a micro pistol, but in the heat with very lightweight shirt that doesn't conceal a pocket is my only option. I get it. I understand. I don't know if this is 147 or 124. 124 grain. Yeah, I like Lawman. I've got a bunch of this shit too. I've had that shit I bought cases and cases and cases of that crap back in the day. Scott says, my hands take up a Glock 17 grip and my hand is not nearly as big as Big J. I'm 6'3". Humble is 6'5". And that just shows how weird we're built. Humble's like, man, I hear you talk about big hands. You got big hands. He's like, I'm 6'5". Put your hand up here. So we did the hand-to-hand thing. My hand is bigger than his. Actually, it's like that much longer. My fingers are that much longer than him, and he's 6'5" and I'm 6'3". I've got big ass feet and big ass hands. My feet are way bigger than his too. So it's just how people are built. Not everybody has the same grip, and that's the great thing about this. We've all got choices with guns and accessories and whatever works for you. I would never tell anybody don't carry that, only carry this. I'm not that person, because I believe in the 31 flavors. If you've been following me for a long time, I'm like, we've got 31 flavors. There's something for everybody out there. So whatever works for you, keep using it. You know what they say about big hands and big feet? Yes, big gloves and big shoes. Big boots and big shoes. I'm sure that's where you were going with that, Brian. Let's see. So as far as micro nines, they're just not for me. So I guess that's the first time I've really went in that depth about it on a chat. But that's probably one of the most popular questions I get asked. Oh, big socks, yeah. Yeah, big socks too. Ball carries a compact, sharp stick. Yeah, they work too. What's really funny is, this is the funny thing. On regular gloves, I wear an XXL. Okay, always have with regular gloves. However, when I play golf, I always got the Carniba, leather. If y'all are familiar with it, it's super thin, but it's really strong, very tacky. And I would use the Titleist gloves, FootJoys, but I always got the Carniba. It's the softest leather you could get. So I've got an XXL hand. I would cram my big ass hand into a large or a large cadet glove. And I did it on purpose. I would literally jam my hand in that glove, strap it on. And of course, with putts, I would take it off, and they will stretch, but because I want it like super, super tight to my skin, I want it to be like a second layer of skin. So when I crank down on that grip and I'm really torquing on that grip, that I can just, unleash with it. And with a bigger glove, as it gets hot and sweaty and all that other stuff, they can loosen up. So it was really funny, to see my big old hand just crammed in a glove, because like the fingers were like to here, because my fingers are so long, so they would be like to here. And I would actually start splitting a glove. But way back in the day, I used to just get free gloves. I had a sponsor that gave me all these free gloves. So I would only use one glove per round, 18 holes. And then when I would take it off for the final, I usually had to rip it to get it off my hand. But it just works so big. are so good, and you get the best grip with those. But yeah, they do stretch, but some of them didn't stretch. I mean, when I was putting it on, you could hear it kind of shredding a little bit, but that's just what I did with them. Because they would say, what size do you need? And I'd be like, oh, uh, large, depending on the glove, large XL or large cadet. I'd stretch the shit out of those things. Let's see here. Take care, George. Do you know of anywhere to shoot USPSA and DFW? Yes, you can go to, oh crap, what is the name of that range? I've been out there about 3 or 4 times. It's where Humble shoots all the time. God, it's a town. It's about, it's on the backside of Melissa, Texas. It's out towards McKinney, but farther back. I'll think of it in a minute, but I can't even remember the damn name of the range. I haven't shot USPSA in a while, but that's where, yeah, Pistol Pete, Michael Jordan only wore his shoes one game. A lot of NBA players do, even some football players, they sign them and they'll donate them to kids or write them off or donate them like for charity or do charity events with them. They do the same thing sometimes with jerseys too. See if I had anything else. Y'all don't forget about Chris's chat at 8 o'clock if y'all want to go over and check him out. Trying to think if there's any new exciting guns or anything that I've seen or advertised or anything like that, but I really haven't. I haven't really seen anything lately that's super exciting. I did put my hand on a Bull Armory again. It's kind of like that Glock 19. Kind of put my hands on it again. This is the second one I put my hands on. I mean, it's okay. If I were going to buy between that and the Shadow Systems, between those two, I would still buy the Shadow Systems just because all of the options that it offers. Plus, they're made in Plano, Texas. Shadow System is, so they're like 20 or 30 minutes from me. So, they're a Texas company, but no, it's not Prosper. It's Willwright. That's what it is. Willwright, Texas. It's Willwright, Texas. So you could probably just Google Willwright, Texas, USPSA, and they're on Practice Score also. So if you pull up Practice Score, and that's the easiest way if you're trying to find matches, just go on Practice Score and pull it up and, put your zip code in, it'll tell you matches around you. And you don't have to pay to have Practice Score. I've been to Prosper I've been to Prosper many times. Walther PDP Pro SD is on my list. That's cool. I mean, there's a lot of people that really like the Walther PDPs. What's up, MD Polo? If y'all haven't checked out MD Polo, please do. He's got a good channel. Got some beautiful guns, a lot of Phoenix. I really like those Phoenix guns he has. They're beautiful. Sales are starting to slow down. New models eventually will start showing up. Yeah, sales are definitely slowing down. I mean, there's a lot of inventory in gun stores. Now, could one little thing spark that and start the frenzy again? Yes, it could. Speaking of USPSA and Bryan College Station, there's a small new range starting out, thinking about organizing outlaw non-sanctioned USPSA matches. If anyone is interested, message here in chat. Cool, Jay. Yeah, I know where College Station is. Yeah, there's a lot of, there's a match also. They do have matches out at ETTS out in Waxahachie, Texas. It's about an hour and 15 minutes one way from me. They do also have some long range stuff. I think they do 3-gun and all that stuff out there. I need to shoot the redbacks. Yeah, there's nobody around in my area that has one. I would love to shoot a redback with a dot. I think that would be awesome. Hey, what's up, Victor? Victor is from Alaska. Awesome, man. The new Shadow Systems compact handgun is a dumpster fire. Honest Outlaw has a video and had storage with every magazine. Shortages. Yeah, I mean, I think they, on that one, if I remember correctly, they had to design their own magazine. it's a proprietary magazine. If I'm not speaking out of turn, and I think I'm right, they had to build their own mag for that gun, and that could be the whole issue right there. MD Polo says his ex was from College Station. Yeah, I mean that's where Texas A&M is. That's a huge freaking school. And of course we hate them in football, or did because they went to the SCCA. But they're known for a veterinarian school. It's, I mean, agricultural thing like that. I mean, it's a huge freaking school. Also, Demo Matt graduated from A&M. Stoppages, yeah. They did design their own mag. It's a proprietary mag for that gun, and I had a feeling something wasn't going to jive, so that could be what's going on with it. Supposedly the Glock mags wouldn't fit it and all this other stuff, so they had to come out with their own mag. And anytime you're designing something, you have to design a mag and then put the gun around the mag to make it work, and it just might not be lining up just perfectly correct. Because it is like a Glock type frame, so with your mag extension holding the mag in, it could be holding it too tight, not tight enough. You know, you could have some play in there. Might not feed correctly. There could be anything. Father was a baseball coach at A&M. Okay. I've never really been a huge baseball fan. And yes, I'm American, but I've always been a football person myself. But I used to, hell, when I played football, we used to make fun of the golf players, and then I started playing golf, and it was a whole different ball game. I don't like some of the shit they're doing in the NFL, but you know, it is what it is. Anybody have anything? I don't want to really cut into Chris's time on his, but you know, if y'all can think of anything else for, you know, these last 8 or so minutes. Ooh, damn, Pistol Pete. Most reliable pistol you have ever owned. Wow. I probably have the most rounds through it, so I could definitely I could say this pistol. It would have to be, if we're going by the most consistent round count without any failures, without any. I'm talking ammo related, mag related. Oh, well, I guess I can't count that because I did have a failure with it, but I found out it was ammo, and it was ammo specific, and I think I've told this story before. But probably other than this particular ammo, and I'll tell you the ammo, my most reliable pistol I've ever owned, and of course because it has the most rounds through it, is my FNS 9. I've got videos on it. That pistol's super underrated. Matter of fact, it was the original. People didn't know this, but that was pretty much the original Glock 19X. Had the full-size grip, 4-inch slide, precision barrel, polished feed ramp, the whole works, steel magazines. I mean, the gun is so underrated, it's unbelievable. However, and I never ever had a failure until I ran one particular ammo, and it was the old Hornady with the rubber tip. And what I did is I loaded up, I probably have 20 FNS/509 mags now because I've converted the base plates, but on some of them. But I put a whole bunch of the Hornady Extreme Duty with the polymer tip in it, and I loaded them all up in the gun. I started running the dog shit, mag after mag after mag after mag, and started getting it really hot, and the gun jammed up. It just shut down. It wouldn't feed, it wouldn't do anything, and I'm like, what the hell? And I had to drop the mag, pretty much rip the mag out of it, pull it back. And what was happening is I got the gun so hot that on the feed ramp where it was going up, the polymer tip, I guess, was dragging against that metal, the metal barrel / feed ramp because it was hot, and it was melting that polymer tip as it was trying to go in. So I had, I mean, a wad of that polymer bullshit all over that ramp, and it was basically not even allowing it to feed anymore. So I had to strip the gun down, let it cool. Then I had to scrape that shit off there, basically pry it off there, cleaned it up, ran other ammo through it, ran like a champ right after that. So that was 1000% ammo related. That's why personally, I've never ran Hornady since ever. And that was shit 8 or 10 years ago, and I let them know about it. And they told me that I had some older Hornady where they had changed the polymer compound, and that would never happen again. I'm not bashing on them. I'm just giving you a true example of what happened. So after that, I'm sure they probably fixed it, but I won't ever run it again. So I still have some of that exact shit that I ran, so I could probably see what the date is. But I've never ran it for a defensive purpose again since then. And most people aren't going to run mag after mag after mag of freaking defensive hollow points. What was new on the SIG P322? I've got it. I mean, I like the gun. I don't know what you mean by what was new on. I mean, mine's all stock except the 507K. Oh, wow. I had 12 gauge mushroom in the mag tube of my truck gun during this heat wave. Anybody else seen this happen before? Winchester 2 3/4 buckshot. I haven't. I could see it getting hot enough though. You know, shit, we got some crazy heat here. 75B or CZ75. Chris, who? It's Chris from the 704. He has a chat at 8 o'clock. You can go over and check him out. He's actually been on the chat before also. And I mean, I'll say this. I've got a shitload of rounds through my P10C. It runs perfectly. I have never had a problem through either one of my P10Cs or my P10F. They run like crazy. But I'm just saying longevity-wise, because I've had that FNS for so damn long, that gun probably has over 10,000 rounds through it. I know it does. Hello, Clyde. How are you, man? Let's go, Brandon. FJB. Do you have any experience with the 509T Hollow Sun? I personally do not. I have the 508. It's right here. I mean, I've shot the 509T, but it wasn't mine. I don't have any long-term experience with it, but I've shot the 508 many times. I mean, it's good. The first gen one that I looked through, the glass was really shitty. I mean, it wasn't dirty. It was like on the inside of it. It was just real jicky looking. But I have seen, I pulled them up at Texas Gun Experience, some of their newer ones like the version 2s, and they're a lot cleaner than the first gen ones. So, because with the first one, I was kind of getting a little bit of fisheye because it's the double pane glass. But I don't notice it as much on the new one, but I haven't shot it either. So, yeah, and that's another thing. You know, he's talking about shotgun shells, but that's another thing. You shouldn't just leave Kydex holsters laying around in your truck or things like that because, sorry, we got the big train coming through back there. You shouldn't leave Kydex holsters in trucks because, you know, it gets like 160 plus degrees in your truck and Kydex can, you know, deform. So just be aware of that. Don't leave that stuff in there. What's funny is there's a train that's like way back there. I used to pour golf balls, like my shag bag balls, in the backyard. And I would take my 60-degree lob wedge and I would launch them over this back fence because I've got trees, and I'd launch them over the top of the trees and I'd hit the train back there with golf balls. But don't tell anybody. I don't do that anymore, but I used to do that a long time ago. You could hear them bing, banging off of the damn train when it was coming by. And that train's pretty good ways back there. So I'm sure there's a shitload of golf balls back there. But none of them had my address on them, so I'm probably okay. But all right, well, we've got about 2 minutes. If y'all can't think of anything, we'll shut this thing down so Chris can do his chat. And yeah, hell, I even thought about, I've had a bunch of buddies saying, hey man, you need to come play golf with us and stuff like that. I haven't swung a golf club. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that difficult, but I haven't swung a golf club in about 1.5 years. And I've got a full bag here and I've got a bag there. I'll show you something real quick, maybe that you haven't seen. I have some custom putters. And these are one-offs. You can't buy them anywhere. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Scotty Cameron's, but there is an alligator grip. That's actually real alligator. I had those custom made and sewn. You can see them right there. But that's real gator. And then there's a one-off putter. It's a Scotty Cameron. They don't make these. Matter of fact, they don't even have them with this grip on them or the head on them. This is a fastback. And if you can see it right there, it's got custom orange in there. They did that for me. But that's one of my custom putters. And like I said, you can't buy those anywhere. So this is a complete one-off. But I've got that one. You could buy you about probably 5 or 6 Glock 19s for what this cost or what it's worth. Here's another one that you've never seen or you'll never see. This one has a gator red grip. So, and it's an oversized molded grip. Here's the head cover, red hot roller. It's got angry dice on it. So that's a custom head cover from Scotty's Custom Shop. This one is a Circle T, if you're familiar with that. It's a tour head. It's got custom paint on it. And it's got custom starburst on it. And it's the wide body. This one's worth way more than that one that I just showed you. I got about 14 or 15 putters in here, and they're all custom. Show you one more, and then I'll jump off. Okay, I want to show you this one. If you can see this. This one's all pink. And you might ask, why the hell do you have a pink putter? Well, it's a one-off. It's double milled, so you can see the double milling. It's all pink with tour weights on it. All pink here. But there is a special initial right there. And this is a chick from the PGA Tour. She doesn't play anymore. But I actually won this putter with a bid, and all the money went to breast cancer awareness. And that they only made that one putter. So that's why I have that one. And I've got one of those little authenticity cards or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if y'all don't know, I like very unique shit. So, all right. Yep. You got to save the tatas. That's for sure. Got a Scotty Cameron small mallet putter with a 7 handicap in the day. Can never get any better than that. Yeah, that's cool, man. I was a scratch, and then I've got another golf bag over there where I've got my blades in it, my ones I actually played with. I was thinking about going out and playing again. I need to get back into it. It was a lot of fun. But I appreciate y'all so much. I'll let y'all go so you can jump over on Chris's chat. Y'all have a great night. And if y'all need anything, please leave a comment below. I'll be glad to answer it. Or if anyone wants to leave a comment, I think somebody said they had something. I can't remember who it was, but if they want to leave, about setting up that a USPSA in Bryan Station, if anybody's interested, he can leave that information here too. So y'all have a great night. I appreciate it. Remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone.